Jake Ironmonger. I'm from California, United States. I am 22 years old and...
Yeah. And you have a story to tell about your health?
I do, yes I do.
How did you feel before? What was your issues?
Oh man, so before I started eating healthier, my issues were a lot. I'd say I had a lot of things from like chronic fatigue to irritable bowel syndrome, and I'm not 100% sure about these things. I didn't go get them checked by a doctor, but I kind of assessed them myself and was...
So when did it start?
Maybe around 18, 19 years old, about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Started noticing like just random things that were happening, chronic headaches, a weird pain when I was going to the bathroom, both going to either pee or poo, weird pains, and they were really, really scary. I was really scared to go to the doctor and figure out what the illness might have been.
Okay.
That's what kept me from going to the doctor.
What did you fear that it was?
My greatest fear and what I thought it could be was colon cancer.
Right.
I grew up eating a lot of crap food, fast food, probably 2 or 3 times a week. And this started around 3 years old, 4 years old. My parents would just feed us fast food and frozen dinners. And when I was 16 years old, I started working at a steakhouse restaurant, and they would give us free hamburgers, free French fries, 50% off all the food. So every day, 5 days a week, for about 2 years straight, I ate a steak, or maybe 2 steaks every day, with garlic fries and oily foods and everything like that. And my diet before that wasn't much better, just eating like candy, a lot of candy, and filling up on junk food. And so I think that all led up to an early diagnosis of something pretty bad.
Right.
I was just really scared to figure out what it was, but I had a lot of different ailments.
And you said you had like adrenal fatigue or chronic fatigue?
Yeah, I got to a point where I was going to bed at around 3 or 4 in the morning every night because I wasn't tired until that time.
All right.
And then I'd sleep maybe 12, 13 hours, wake up at 4 or 5 p.m., go straight to work, and just didn't have any energy for life at all.
Right.
Was eating like 1 meal a day, which was around like 9 o'clock at night, and then I'd go back and stay up all night, and just a really bad schedule in my life where I had no energy to do anything except go to work. Did
you do any exercise by then?
No, I was pretty stationary at that time. Wasn't doing much exercise. I did a lot of exercise growing up, played sports my whole life. Mm-hmm. Once I turned about 18 years old, about 4 years ago, I stopped pretty much all exercise. Right. Yeah, I was not doing much.
Did you have any other symptoms besides those 2 things?
Let me think. I had like a weird thing on my head where my skin was like shedding on my head, like the skin on my scalp was shedding. I'm not sure what that was. That was another weird thing that really scared me. Yeah, just the chronic fatigue, the really bad digestion, where things were just like not going through me at all. Okay. It was like it was going to the bathroom maybe like once or twice a week.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the chronic headaches were a big thing.
Oh, headaches.
And like a weird pain in my bowels, which was really, really scary. Those were probably the biggest things.
So what happened then, and when did you change something?
Pretty much just every night I would lay there at night and be like feeling my symptoms. They would come off and on, and it was just really scary. And I started to get so scared that I already knew that the doctors weren't going to be able to fix my illnesses the way I want to, with medications and all that. I was already aware that that wasn't the best route and that there was natural ways to do it. So I started looking on the internet for best ways to... I was pretty much set that I had irritable bowel syndrome, so I was looking up about irritable bowel syndrome, and I found, by looking through that, a natural way to heal it is a good way is juicing. And through looking up more about like green juicing, I found YouTube videos online of raw foods. I found the first person I found was Dan the Man Life Regenerator. I found his videos on YouTube, and actually no, the first thing that actually got me interested in that was there's this movie Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
Right. Yeah.
That was the first movie that I saw, and that really like. I watched it maybe half a year before I started transitioning to a healthier lifestyle, but it kind of planted a seed that I knew that was like the way to go with healing yourself. So when I started watching Dan the Man's videos, it really clicked that was the way to go. So I bought a juicer pretty much like the next couple days, went vegetarian overnight.
Right.
It just made sense to give up meat. It always felt like that wasn't the right thing just to eat.
And when was this?
This was May of 2011.
And today
is January 2013.
Right.
So about a year, a little more than a year and a half ago, I went vegetarian overnight, bought a juicer, started juicing about 64 ounces a day.
Right.
Just went like kind of like a juice feast with some other foods mixed in. And yeah, that's how I started. That's when I started my health journey.
And you suddenly became 80-10-10?
Yeah. So through watching Dan the Man's videos on YouTube, I stumbled upon a guy named Harley Johnstone. His channel is Durian Rider. Just on like the sidebars from the other videos, and I found that this guy was just eating fruits and vegetables, a higher fruit diet. And I started watching a lot of his videos, and they just really clicked and made a lot of sense. To get most of your calories from fruit, it was kind of a revelation in my mind where it just made sense. It's hard to explain. It just made sense, and his reasonings and the way he explained the diet and the way he explained like the best way to do it just all clicked and made sense. So pretty much about a month after I went vegetarian and bought my juicer, I went 100% vegan, not 100% raw vegan, but I went vegan overnight and started just like pretty much getting all my fruit calories during the day. Maybe at night I would have some cooked food, and then.
And today you're 100%?
Yeah, I've been 100% maybe about 7 months now. Had some ups and downs, you know. Whenever I do slip up, it's usually just like steamed potatoes or very simple. But I haven't had the craving for any cooked food for about 7 months now.
And most importantly, how do you feel today? What are your symptoms today? Are they still there, or?
Every symptom that I had is definitely gone. Everything is completely healed up. Maybe that was probably a month into it. Everything was gone.
Within a month?
Yeah, within a month. I just felt 100% better.
So no headaches, no tiredness, no
the
constipation or problems in the stomach.
The beginning, it was kind of a detox period. When I was green juicing, it was a lot of detox, which took a while to get past. Okay. But I knew that would happen, and I knew it was worth it to get past that. But yeah, I feel so much more alive now, so much more full of energy, and for the first time in 5 years, I actually want to go out and exercise and go in nature, and it's just a different feeling.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what has it meant for your life quality? What does it mean for your life quality?
It just makes every aspect of life much more sweeter. It's like, every quality of life is just so much better. Hard to put into words. Let me think for a second. It's just there's so much more meaning to life than I had before. So much more I want to get done with my life, where before I was very content with just laying around doing nothing. Now there's much more spark to my life.
Nice. Do you have an advice for somebody who is considering doing this?
I say if you're considering doing it, my number one advice would be definitely do it. Look for advice from people that are getting the results that you desire. I think that's a good way to do it. Follow your heart, follow your intuition. Really listen like deep inside and listen to what your body is telling you, not what your mind, because your mind can tell you things very different than what your body really wants. I think that's really good to try to like connect with your body. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hvis du gerne vil vide mere om, hvordan folk helbreder sig selv på denne måde, kan du downloade min gratis Kom i gang guide på min hjemmeside. Du kan også læse meget mere i min bog Naturligt Rask del 1 og 2, eller i mine e-bøger, som du også finder på min hjemmeside. Adressen er www.raskpåraw.dk.